Hello, everyone. This is Michelle Kaib, and welcome back to my studio. We talked a little bit on the last video about journaling, and I do want to spend some time talking about journaling. We all know that thoughts become things, so it's important to capture your thoughts. And I've created this whole series of journals so that we have a beautiful place that incorporates my artwork with the journaling thoughts that we record every day. For me, that's first thing in the morning. 6:30 in the morning, I get up, I come out to the easel where I paint and I listen to meditations or I just sit in silence and kind of like just ruminate on things, think about things, and I record them all in my journals. I have a very busy mind, so I just, like to capture those things so they don't haunt me throughout the day. So I'm not afraid I'm going to forget them, or things I want to say to people. I forget a reminder that I want to do, an email that I need to send. All kinds of things are captured in my journals so that I can stay focused and stay at the easel. But before I became a full-time artist, I also was a mom, a full-time career person. I went to college at night, so I was taking one class at a time, most of the time throughout the year. I started my own business. I did all kinds of different things that needed to be organized. And so I created this to-do list. And I wanted to talk to you about this particular to-do list today and why I created it the way that I did. So the name of it is Eye on the Prize, Laser in on Your Goals by Prioritizing Your Day. And this is a way that I learned how to capture my to-do list. It's not enough to make a to-do list that's just a giant laundry list because all tasks on the list don't carry the same weight. Some things have to be done right away. Some things we write down just because we don't want to forget them. Some things have to be done this week. Some things are part of a larger goal. But they all have to be captured and they all have to be acted upon. When I was going to school at night, I couldn't not do my homework, but I couldn't let my job suffer during the day, and I couldn't not make dinner at night for the kids. So all these things had to happen, but it had to be prioritized, and I had to take little bites out of it along the way in order for things to turn out right at the end. So the way I learned how to organize it and the way that I still do it today is I make a list of A's. A's are things that have to be done today. So by the end of the day today, before you go to bed, this list has to be accomplished. B's are things that are also important, but they have to be done this week, or they're part of a larger goal, or they're things that you're continually doing, and they don't have to be done today, but they have to be done soon. You'll notice there is not a C list, because if it is really a C, you should delegate it to someone else or not do it. There's no such thing as a C list. It's just clutter. It's just mind clutter. So, write it in a journal and, say goodbye to it. You shouldn't be doing it. So there's A's and there's B's. There's not a C, but there is a notes page. So this is where we capture our thoughts on some of the things that we're doing or important information that you want to transfer to the next day. So the way that I would go through this is I would write on the A's task 1 and 2, and then 3 would be a B. 4 and 5, 6 would be a B. And I would go through it like that so that I was doing 2 A tasks and a B task, another 2 A tasks and a B task. So that I was always taking bites out of these B's, because we can't just spend the whole day on A's and make no progress on our long-term goals. We might not be able to spend the whole 8 or 10 hours of the day on B's. We can only act on our A's, but we still want to feel like we've made a little bit of progress on it. And that's how we feel like we've accomplished something, like we're making headway on our long term and our other goals. So that's why I chose the kingfisher to be on the front of this book. He's very focused. He sits there and he looks for fish, and he's not distracted by all the other noise going on around him, all the other birds that are in the jungle, and all the other things that are going on that just make distractive noise. He stays focused on the things that he needs to get done. And this is the way you also make more time for the artwork. For me, I have to get up at 6 in the morning, 6 to 6:30, and I do it first thing. Even though I'm a full-time artist now, and I'm looking away because I'm looking at my easel, which is over here. I devote 6 to 9 a.m. exclusively for art, for doing my art. That's it. That's all I do. My family knows not to talk to me during that time. Because if I don't, then the day runs away with me. Then all the things that are on this list that still need to get done start to distract and get in my way. So if that's the case, then I write them in a journal. So we're going to talk about journaling on our next conversation. I would love to hear from you, how you work capturing your thoughts in journals as well as your to-do list. Oh, and one more thing. This is rewritten almost every day. I'm not going to say I rewrite it every day because that wouldn't be true, but I rewrite it every 2 days and definitely every 3 days. Because if it isn't worth carrying it over, it isn't worth doing it. It's probably a C. And you get tired of writing things down, so you just do them. You just get them done. So it's important to write fresh list almost every day, if not every day. So let me know down in the comment section how you handle your to-do list. Have you taken a look at this one? This one's available on Amazon, as all of these journals are, and I'm going to put a link below. So please subscribe. Let's spend some time together exploring journaling, exploring art, because we're going to talk a lot more about original artwork and the artwork that I do and the artwork that you collect, as well as how we organize ourselves and how we journal. So thanks very much for coming along. I can't wait to talk to you about more of this, and have a great day. Buy original art. I'll see you later.